Matt Norlander, our friend of the show. He wrote a piece, 20-minute read.
He writes pieces.
He writes pieces.
Who in college basketball media writes articles that we know? I'd say Rutherford's an article writer. He doesn't write pieces.
Yeah, he writes stories.
He writes stories. Rothstein is
an aggregator.
Yeah. Rothstein,
he's total aggregate.
Yeah. Rothstein just like records his phone calls with coaches. And
we should do the gator chomp at him, and it's for aggregator. He'll never get it, but I like it.
How many of those coaches that go on Rothstein's podcast know that it's a podcast and not just like
Zero.
a phone call with John?
Zero. Literally, it's the SID walking up to them with another. It's not even their phone that John has the phone number of, and they give them the phone. They talk for 25 minutes, and it moves on.
Yeah.
But Norlander is the king of pieces.
Norlander's he's the king of pieces.
In college basketball, not in all the world.
No, hang on a sec. Oh, well, I was gonna say the Yahoo boys, but they don't write those. Those aren't pieces. Those are stories. Those are
reported.
Those are reporters.
Features.
Reported features. See, I'm learning something about journalism here. What did I used to write?
You wrote pieces. You wrote at Grantland.
I was a piece writer.
Yeah, you wrote at Grantland. I mean,
I don't know if I like that, Jim. What? Are you in agreement here that like being a piece writer is not good for my brand?
I've never read any of your stuff, so I have no idea.
Maybe it's piece spelled differently.
What would be if you were a writer on the internet, Jim? Well, how would you want people to describe your
Maybe
works?
You're an article. I think you're an
article.
I think you're an article.
I wrote an article. I wrote a piece.
You wrote an article.
I wrote a story.
You're like a blogger.
I wrote a blog.
You look like a blogger.
Blogger.
I started out blogging.
I guess
blog boy.
Blog boy.
I'm a blog
there you
boy.
are.
Yeah. All right. As you were, Matt Norlander, the king of the pieces.
Wishes he was a blog boy, but he is the king of the pieces. He says college basketball starts in 50 days, so here are 50 things to know about the 2021-22 season.
Okay.
Classic. This is a great premise. Something that probably we should have done for this day, 50 days, but we don't keep up with the calendar in that weird way.
We'll do the night before the season. We'll do the number one thing with 1 day to go. The number one thing.
And you know what would be number one on our list? 9 times out of 9.
Mm-hmm.
900 out of 900. Mm-hmm. 9 billion out of 9 billion. It would not be number. It would not be number 50 on Matt Norlander's list. And again, we love Matt Norlander, but this is probably the biggest. If people ask what the difference is between someone that writes pieces and what we do on this show, pieces of these two guys. No, I'm kidding. Number 50, Mike Krzyzewski's retirement tour. Wait, what?
So you're. Let me get this straight.
Number 50 on the list is Mike Krzyzewski's retirement tour.
But you're going to bat for Coach K that you think Coach K should be higher on the list?
It's number 1. It is number 1 on any list. It's number 2 if it's not number 1. If it's not number 2, it's number 3. If it's not number 3, it's number 4. But it's never Mark Titus number 50 on any list.
Well, okay.
This is the star of the season.
Do you think? My question is, do you think he put it at 50 so he could
get it first?
Get it first. So it's like a weird backhanded way. It's like it's actually number 1.
Regardless, if that were the case, just put number 1 next to it and start with that and say, before I get to my other 49, we all know why we're here. Coach K, number 1.
Okay.
That's what it should be.
So if Norlander's the king of the pieces, then why should he listen to you?
I'm
Who
just
are you? What are you? What are you?
I'm the king of the tweets, and so I'll tell you how to do something in the not 20 minutes worth of words. You know what I mean? So getting straight to the point. It is Coach K's year. It is Coach K's timeline. It's Coach K's show. Hey there. Thanks for watching Titus and Tate. For the full friend of the program experience, subscribe right below and come join us for all things college basketball. The action is heating up. Come join Titus and Tate.